I've been following this project, as I'm sure many of you have, for the last 12 months. I've been watching various other content creators and, let's face it, just watching an empty field for the last 12 months. But finally, our patience has paid off and Universal have been given the green light to build their first European theme park here in the UK. By now, I'm sure many of you have seen the concept art for the park, and the rumour mill's well and truly churning now, isn't it? About what we could expect to see from the park. Obviously, at this moment in time, as I'm filming this, nothing is 100% certain about what theming we're getting, but there's a few things in the artwork that could give us an indication of what we might see or what we could expect to see. And then there's a few other areas which aren't quite as obvious and they're a bit more open to speculation. So that's kind of why I want to make this video, really. I've seen a lot of videos and comments now on this subject, and I just wanted to give my little bit of an input and share my thoughts and ideas about what I'd like to see come from this park. Firstly, I just want to quickly point out, you'll probably notice I'm making a lot of references to the Orlando parks in this video. That's because one, it's the only Universal parks I've been to, and two, there are quite a few similarities to the three Orlando parks in my opinion, including Epic Universe, but I will try my best to tie in a few similarities to the other parks around the world too. So starting off with the entrance area, straight away we can see that we're going to be getting that iconic Universal globe, which is such a popular photo opportunity at the other parks around the world. And by the looks of it, this one's going to be no different, as it seems as though we're going to be getting some sort of water feature underneath it. Ahead of that, we've got another familiar looking feature, as we'll be walking in through those iconic archways that you might recognise from some of the other Universal parks around the world, especially the Orlando parks. To the right, we've got this massive white building, which I'm assuming is going to be a restaurant of some sorts. Could we see some sort of food hall go in this location with different food outlets and space for seating inside and outside? There seems to be a bit of a canopy at the bottom of that. Or could this just be one large restaurant, like a Hard Rock Cafe or something? I'd like to think it'd be something a bit nicer than a Hard Rock Cafe, as the quality of the restaurant and the food has gone downhill quite a bit over the last few years. To the bottom of the artwork, we've got what looks to be this canopy area, and I assume that's going to be a turnstile or security area. I'm guessing this will be a mixture of both, similar to what they've done at Epic Universe. And I'm guessing by the time this park opens, it's going to feature the new facial recognition turnstiles that Universal are slowly transitioning to throughout their park. Then to the left of the concept artwork, we've got what seems to be the hotel building that Universal have announced. This is going to be a 500-room hotel. However, this part shown towards the bottom doesn't seem to have any hotel rooms in it. My guess is that this could be some sort of indoor pool area, or maybe a hotel restaurant. With the weather being so unpredictable over here in the UK, I can't see them opting for an outdoor pool, as it can't be used 365 days of the year. So it would make sense for them to opt for an indoor pool, which can be utilised more frequently throughout the year. So moving on to the next image, we've got this main street or main walkway into the park, which seems to be themed to like an Art Deco style. It's kind of similar to the Beijing park, which is Universal's most recent park before Epic Universe opens next month. The Beijing one though, however, it does have a canopy that goes over the top of their main street, but by the looks of it, we won't be getting that. And to be honest, I think if we did get it, it'd probably ruin the look of the hotel, as that looks out onto this main street area and it looks out onto the lake, which wouldn't be affected by this canopy, but you know, I think it'd ruin the overall look of that hotel as you walk into the park. Opposite the hotel, we've got this big sort of show building. I don't know what could be going in there. I've seen a lot of rumours of a James Bond stunt show. Could we see that go there? Personally, I think it would go somewhere else in the park, which I'd talk about later. But there is the possibility of seeing a show in that building. To towards the top of the artwork, we've got this little building that goes onto the lake. Again, I've seen a lot of people talking about this being an Amity Island themed area, which I can agree with. I'm not sure entirely what else this could be, but I know the Orlando parks, they've still got their Amity Island area from when they had the Jaws ride, and it does look fairly similar to that theming. Then finally, to the left, we've got the first look at our first attraction in this park. So I'll move on to that in this next image. Now, this is where it gets exciting, because this is the first attractions that you're going to come face to face with in this park. Obviously, we've got that big, massive coaster there in the middle, which I will get to in a minute because I'm really excited about it. But firstly, we've got this little land towards the bottom of the concept artwork, which is rumoured to be a Paddington Bear area. I'm not very familiar with Paddington Bear. I've never seen the films, but I know it is a big sort of IP in this country. What I have seen of it, I know there's a recent film where it goes to the Amazon rainforest, and there does seem to be like a bit of a play area there, which could be themed to like the Amazon rainforest. I think that'd be quite a cool thing to see. I think it's something that the UK parks, like especially Merlin parks, lack over here. It's a good sort of themed play area or walk-through attraction, so that would be nice to see. Just to the right of that, it's a little bit cut off in this image because it's like a super zoomed in image. We've got what seems to be a little balloons ride. And then in the centre, we've got what looks to be a teacups ride, which again would fit the area quite nicely. And then we've got another sort of little show building area, which I've seen a few rumours of it being like maybe a water ride, like a little sort of log flume ride or a boat ride. So that would be quite a cool ride to see in there as well. Moving on to the elephant in the room, that big massive coaster. Now this is rumoured to be a Back to the Future ride.
Great Scott.
If that's the case, I am absolutely buzzing for that, because Back to the Future is literally my favourite film ever. I love all three films. If we get anything remotely related to Back to the Future in this park, I think I might cry. In terms of what this coaster could be like, I'm guessing this is going to be an Intamin launch coaster. If you're not familiar with what that is, then think of the likes of Hagrid's or Velocicoaster at the Orlando parks. I'm guessing this is going to be more along the lines of Hagrid's. It's not going to be as intense as Velocicoaster, but it is definitely going to have launches in it by the looks of it. And it's got that massive spike as well. It's just out of shot on this image, as it's a super zoomed in photo. But looking at it, could we see the UK's next tallest roller coaster? I know a lot of people have been saying that. We don't have exact specifications on this just yet, but that would be amazing. Obviously, Back to the Future themed, we've got to be going 88 miles an hour on there, haven't we? Like, you can't have a Back to the Future roller coaster and not make it go 88 miles an hour. Like, that would be fantastic. I'm properly excited about this ride, if it's true. The main reason for it being linked to Back to the Future is that courtyard area. It's very similar to the films. It does look very heavily sort of themed with greenery, like trees and bushes and everything like that. I don't think there's as much in the Back to the Future films in the courtyard area, but I'm ignoring that because I want this area really badly. The buildings, they do look very similar to that courtyard. You know, you could have the cafe area, and that does look like, you know, the clock tower. So I really, really hope that is the case with this part of the park. And then on the lake there, we've got this bit of a theatre, amphitheatre area, with a tiered seating. Now I'm guessing this is for stage shows, but what could we see there? It could be sort of musical acts. So could we see something like if it is Back to the Future themed, could we see something like the Enchantment Under the Sea dance? Maybe we've got that band playing there, Marty McFly coming out and playing a few songs. Or could we see something related to Back to the Future the musical? Could we get a few performances taken from that musical and placed on this stage, which I'd love to see. I've seen that show twice now and I love it. So that would be great to see. Moving on to the next part then, and it's another pretty exciting image. We've got what I think we can confirm as Jurassic World. The reason being is at the bottom of the concept art, you can just see circular roofs on buildings. And that looks very similar to what we've got already at the current Jurassic World areas at the Universal parks. In terms of rides, we've got 2 drop towers or shot towers, and then it looks like we've got another walk-through or playground area with some rope bridges going over a river. This massive grey building, now this is what I'm quite excited for. I think this could be like the Jurassic World adventure ride, the dark ride in Beijing. I don't think we'll be getting the river adventure like in Orlando and Hollywood, purely because water rides in the UK, they don't really mix. We don't have the climate for it. So I think opting for a huge dark ride like the one in Beijing would be so much better. And that looks incredible. That would be so good to see at this park. Moving on to this big green coaster now. And this one I think is a lot more open to speculation in this area. This is being rumoured as a Wicked themed coaster or a Wicked themed area. Personally for me, I don't see it. I think the only reason people are saying it at the moment is because it's a green coaster and the IP is very popular at the moment. It doesn't mean I don't think this would work in this park. I do think it would work. I think it would be a good IP to bring to the park because of how popular it is. But I just don't see anything Wicked related at the moment. Personally for me, I'd like to see something different. I'd like to see a continuation of the Jurassic World area. Maybe we could see like a Pteranodon Flyers type attraction, but a bigger scale and one that adults can actually go on. Maybe we could see like a wing coaster. It seems as though we've got quite a steep drop at the top of that lift hill and it's a very long layout as well. I can't see any inversions on it, which makes me think it could be a family orientated coaster. But a Jurassic World flying type coaster would be pretty cool to see. If this coaster isn't Jurassic World related, then I would like to see another IP go in its place. Perhaps it could be Wicked themed, but I would like to see something different. I'd like to see something Nintendo related maybe, something that the other parks don't have, which draws the crowd in. Perhaps we could see something Zelda related. I know that was rumoured to be at the Islands of Adventure Park in the Mythos area, which hasn't happened. Nothing has been sort of announced for it and the rumours have kind of quietened down a bit. So perhaps we could see that come to this park. A Mythos area in this part of the park I think would look absolutely amazing and it would kind of slowly transition into that from the Jurassic World area quite well. Looking at the final part of this concept art, I think we've got another area which we can pretty much confirm an IP for, and that is Minions Land or Despicable Me. Now this looks like Super Silly Funland from Beijing. They've got the exact same sort of coaster layout on top of a building. That's not actually a coaster, it's a part of theming, but underneath that they've got a building which you can go inside and it's got a load of flat rides and a small kids coaster inside. Around that we've got a lot of colourful buildings which ties in with the IP and I'm assuming that's just going to be retail and food outlets. But another thought I had was perhaps we could see a Secret Life of Pets area in this land. I know that they've got a dark ride in Hollywood and that's gone down really well. It's very popular and that would be a great thing to add to this area. There is another area in this concept artwork that's quite easy to overlook and miss. If you look just to the right of the green coaster track, you'll see another area which is rumoured to be Lord of the Rings. If Lord of the Rings came to this park, it's another one that I'd be absolutely buzzing to see and I think it would be such a crowd drawer. For me personally, I'd love to see this come to the park, but there doesn't seem to be a lot here giving that away. I can't see any attractions in this area, and I can only see 2 buildings that don't seem to have much theming on them at all. If a Lord of the Rings area was to come to this park, I'd love to see a dark ride themed to that, maybe something in Rivendell or going through the Shire or something like that. But for me at the moment, I can't see anything. I've also seen another rumour that this could be a DreamWorks land, and personally I think I'm leaning more towards that. I think we could see something like what they've got at the Orlando park with Shrek's hut and Kung Fu Panda, things like that. And I think that'd fit a lot better in this area, considering we've got what seems to be a Minions land or a Secret Life of Pets land. So that was just my quick overview of Universal's first bit of concept artwork for their future UK park. Now obviously this is all still speculation, nothing is 100% guaranteed yet, and this could all change over the next 6 years. But if there's any other ideas or rumours that you have, then please leave it in the comments below. And if you liked this video, then please consider subscribing to the channel. This is a new channel, and I do aim to be posting more theme park content in the future. So if that's something that you're into, then as I say, please consider subscribing. It really will help the channel out.